Welcome to another edition of Perspective 254. My name is Agility Kesa. Today is Maandamano Wednesday, the first day of the 3 days of Korea protests called by Raila Odinga and Azimio Alliance. And with that in mind, I would like to shine our perspective torch today on Kenya's rich history of political demonstrations, locally referred to as Maandamanos. We're going to be demonstrating today, tomorrow, and then Friday. And then, baada ya 3 days of Maandamano, tunaingia sherehe on Sato. Woohoo! So it's actually going to be a 2 day work week. We're working Monday and Tuesday, and then a 5 day weekend. Kuanzia Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday ni kama weekend. Today was the first day of those protests. Protesters were out in full force, as were the cops, running battles all day throughout the country. Apparently, the same thing is supposed to happen next week, and the following week, and the following week, and the following week, basically indefinitely, until one of two things happen. The first thing is bei ya unga ishuke, and by bei ya unga I mean the cost of living. Or two, according to Dr. Ruto, until he agrees to a nusu mkate / handshake arrangement with Baba. Anyways, much to the annoyance of the president, Dr. Ruto, it looks like Raila and company are not backing down in their fight for the betterment of our lives as Kenyans. Ruto, getting bent all out of shape over this, is making all kinds of threats in an effort to show that he is the man in charge. Him, along with his loose-tongued deputy, Rigathi Gachagua. Victor Hugo, a French poet and novelist, once said this. He said, one can resist the invasion of an army, but one cannot resist the invasion of ideas. Loosely translated, you cannot stop an idea whose time has come. Ruto here seems very intent on fighting an idea that's obviously not about to go away anytime soon. He can bring in all the riot police that he wants to fight the masses, but that is not going to fix the problem. Folks are tired, folks are hungry, folks are broke, folks are desperate. Folks have been pushed too far to the corner, and folks are ready to fight back. As Baba likes to put it, punda amechoka. Like Bob Marley once said, a hungry man is an angry man. Kenyans are hungry. Kenyans are angry. And the good Dr. Ruto is obviously suffering from a very severe case of amnesia. He seems to be forgetting the Kenyan folks' ability to fight for what they believe in when pushed too far. And that's exactly what's happening in this case. Kenyans' iconic struggles are tales of resilience and determination that have shaped this nation's history over the years. The history of Maandamano in Kenya dates back to the pre-independence era. The Mau Mau uprising, which took place from 1952 to 1960, was one of the most significant protests against the British colonial rule in Kenya. The Mau Mau, primarily from the Kikuyu tribe, led a violent campaign against the colonial government, leading to a state of emergency and significant changes in the political dynamics of this country. After gaining independence in 1963, Kenya saw a series of protests against the government. One notable event was the 1982 coup attempt against President Daniel Arap Moi, which led to a brief period of civil unrest. The coup was unsuccessful, but it marked a turning point in Kenya's political history, leading to a more repressive regime. And then came the Sabasaba protests in 1990, which were a significant event in Kenya's history. Thousands of Kenyans took to the streets demanding multi-party democracy, leading to violent clashes with the police. The protests marked the beginning of the end of Moi's authoritarian rule and paved way for the political reforms that Kenyans were agitating for. This was a testament to the power of the people, to the power of protests and the ongoing fight for change. Dr. Ruto, who was about 26 years old at the time, must have witnessed firsthand just what the masses are capable of doing when they have their backs against the wall. They fight back, and they fight back real hard. In recent years, Maandamanos in Kenya have been driven by various issues, including corruption, police brutality, and electoral injustices. The 2007 post-election violence was one of the darkest periods in Kenya's history, leading to the loss of over 1,000 lives and displacement of hundreds of thousands of people. The struggle for freedom and democracy is never truly over. It simply evolves to meet the challenges of the times. Kenyans are now fighting for survival, grappling with the high cost of living and what many may consider to be a punitive finance act that was recently signed into law by Dr. Ruto. The good Dr. Ruto has promised to clamp down on those protests should they happen. What he seems to be forgetting is that the right to protest is enshrined in the Constitution of Kenya under Article 37. And here is what the article says. It says, every person has the right to peacefully and unarmed to assemble, to demonstrate, and to picket, and to present petitions to public authorities. Ruto and his ilk are, for some reason, stuck on the idea that these demonstrations are meant to snatch power from them. And this is what he said recently in regards to these demonstrations. He said, elections ended August 9th last year. You cannot look for the leadership of this country using the blood of the citizens, the death of the citizens, and the destruction of property. And then these demos will not happen. Listen to me carefully. You cannot use extrajudicial, extra constitutional means to look for power in Kenya. So according to him, he thinks Raila wants power and he's trying to hijack the country. But that is where he gets it totally wrong, 100% wrong. Because this is no longer about protesting the elections. This is about survival. Folks are tired. Folks are hungry. The cow has been milked dry, and he keeps coming back every single morning for more milk. The story of Maandamanos in Kenya is a testament to the resilience and determination of the Kenyan people in their quest for justice, democracy, and good governance. These protests have not only shaped the political landscape of this country, but have also played a significant role in advancing human rights and social justice in Kenya. As we look forward to the upcoming 2 days of Maandamanos, that is Thursday and Friday, and into the future, it is essential to remember the lessons from these historical events and strive for peaceful dialogue and understanding in resolving conflicts.